Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is the boss here with another video for you guys for today. And today, guys, is another review video on Diablo 2. If you guys are familiar with that game, then you'll know exactly why I'm making this video, because it's a cool review, so don't question me. But for today's review of Diablo 2, I've teamed up with Toxisoris. If you guys have seen a couple interviews and some collaborations we've done in the past, we decided to team up on this one because, as you guys will see for Toxisoris' portion of this video, they are actually pretty intertwined with Diablo 2. I've had a couple of experiences with it, definitely not as much as him from the sound of it, but we'll get into that. So for the beginning portion of the video, guys, I'm just going to go over a quick surmise of what I think of the game, good and bad, just my thoughts in general, and then we will get into Toxisoris' portion. So let's get started. Diablo 2 was a game made back in 2000 by, I believe, Blizzard Entertainment, the same people behind like Overwatch and various famous games such as that. Diablo 2 is actually a really interesting game to me personally, because it's a game that this genre in particular I haven't had that much experience with. Things that I really do like about Diablo 2 is it really does go with that exploration slash kind of horror vibe. You always get this medieval look to it, at least in my opinion. I feel like it's a really well designed, I call it an RPG type style, because that's what it gets to me. It reminds me of like Final Fantasy-esque gameplay in a way, even though it's not exact whatsoever. It has so many different things separate from other game franchises that I wish was implemented more today. The item customization is really amazing in this game, where you can pick between different rare weapons, different rare items that you could pick up. There's different places you can explore, such as forests, to ancient Egypt. There's different temples and whatnot that you can explore, really emphasizing the gothic horror feel that the game's kind of going for, which I really do like. And another thing that I noticed that actually is intertwined from, I love playing Dungeons & Dragons. I have played it with my various friends in the past, and I really am looking forward to playing it at some point in the future. But it reminds me of Dungeons & Dragons in the sense where you get to pick from 5 different classes at the beginning of the game, and I think that there's a really cool customizable option, and I really again wish that it was in more different games out there, especially with the style that Diablo 2 is going for. It's not hard to see why this is a renowned game. I mean, there's just so many quirks and so many things that this game has going for it. Again, I can understand why people really loved it, and I know that it had actually an expansion pack added to it. Of course, I haven't played the expansion pack, but the original game I can definitely say is, just again for a quick summarization for the things that I really do like about this game, I personally think that it's a really good time, and you guys should definitely go and check out the game if you haven't checked it out at all. But like I said, guys, that was just a brief overview of Diablo 2. Like I said, I only have a handful of experiences with this game. I would have gone more in depth, just again, I don't have as much experience and when it comes to this kind of thing, but I did have some thoughts on it, and I had some positive things I want to say. There's not really any negative things I have really to say about it. The pace can be a little off of it sometimes, but not really much for me to say negative-wise. I think it's a really solid experience for a Dungeons & Dragons-esque game, so I recommend you guys check it out like I mentioned. But yeah, guys, let us get into Toxisoris' footage, and we will see what he has to say on Diablo 2.
Hey guys, Wesley from Toxisoris here. The boss asked me to come back to review Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction, and it's my favorite game of all time, so I figure, hey, let's do it. So, let's just jump right into it. Now, Diablo 2, if you don't know, it's a top-down, typical dungeon crawl fight game. It's an RPG, fantasy, kill a lot of enemies, plow through caves, plow through dungeons. Now, the game, I really like it because I started playing back in first grade, back right before the Lord of Destruction expansion came out, and so there wasn't that many, like there were less characters than there are now, and I was loving it. And then the expansion came out, and that just blew me away, and that's why I love it, because every single character has a different skill tree, different abilities they can do, different strengths that they have, and there's customization of armor, weapons. You can just basically mix and match. There's stats that you can increase when you level up. There's companions you can hire, and the hiring, you can hire like a barbarian, you can hire a rogue. There's different classes of people that you can just hire to get in to help you fight these things. And it's fun, and you fight in different places, different enemies, different combinations, so it doesn't get stale very quickly, for me at least. And so the story also had me really enthralled, because it's basically there's a wanderer and he's going from place to place, and everywhere he goes there's evil that follows him, and then he's releasing his siblings and his army to try to take back the land to his evil domain. And you have to kill his army, kill him, and just basically cleanse the world is essentially what it is. And so you're fighting the devil, Diablo. And so there's different difficulties. So like after you beat one, then you can move on, go to hell mode, nightmare mode. It's an expansive game. It's just, you could just throw so many hours into the game. And so basically you beat the game, you just restart it and play it on a harder difficulty, and that's why I've sunk so many years into this game. And so I was a bit disappointed in Diablo 3, honestly. I feel like it isn't what Diablo warned. Like, it's not quite a Diablo game to me, at least. Some hiccups in the game, I will say. I think the stamina system in the game is really outdated and unnecessary. It basically just keeps you to travel slower from point A to point B. Maybe it's for the game mechanic that you can't run away from the bad guy as easily, but I don't know. To me, it's mostly just keeping me from running across the wastelands and getting to where I need to go quicker. And so it's just a hindrance in my opinion. And then the attack rating system, especially at the beginning of the game, when you've got worse weapons that have lower attack ratings, there's creatures that you will just swing 6 times at and hit once. You just keep missing and missing and missing. And it's not very prevalent after the first couple levels, so it's not that big of an issue. But I will say that is a bit annoying, to try to just chase down a guy that just you cannot hit. But all in all, I will say that other than those things, it's a really good game, and the Barbarian class has a passive ability that increases stamina, so I always play Barbarian anyway, so that makes up for the stamina issue. So I would say it's a game that anybody could hop into if you like fantasy, if you like dungeon crawls, if you like beat 'em ups. I'd say it's worth checking out. It's a really good game, and I believe that Battle.net is still working. I play with my friends sometimes, so I'd say it's worth checking out. But anyway, huge thank you to DeBoss for having me back. It's been fun collabing, and he's a great guy. Make sure you guys subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.
And that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy it. A big thanks to Toxisoris for joining me in on this review. It was really cool just getting together and doing a quick little video with you talking about a really amazing game, and I understand that it's your favorite game of all time, man. So I'm glad that I could at least be part of you, maybe reliving another experience or so. Just to let you guys know, there was supposed to be gameplay footage with this, so unfortunately, it didn't go over well with transferring the data and whatnot, so I could put it in the video. But I'm just mentioning this. Toxisoris put a lot of work into this, even though the gameplay footage couldn't be used. I appreciate you getting involved with this, man. Guys, definitely go and check out his channel in the description down below. Go and show those guys over there some support. They make some really great videos, and I do highly recommend you guys go and check out their content and give them a subscribe. Or subscribe to them, I should say. I can't English. But either way, guys, once again, thank you for watching today's review. Let me know your thoughts on what we had to say in the comment section down below, and what you guys think of Diablo 2 as a whole, if you liked it, if you hated it, things you loved, things you didn't like, that kind of thing. And also be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, with the bell notification on it, if you want to catch future videos and live streams that we do here on the channel. And once again, go and check out Toxisoris in the description. With all that in mind, guys, thank you for watching today's video, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.